With the seventh national election is less than a year away in Ethiopia, while ruling party, Prosperity Party, is working day and night to ensure victory, to gain victory in the next election. Political strategies are being devised and implemented. Opposition is in a state of disarray. A political development happened yesterday in Addis Ababa, which was widely covered by the Ethiopian state media. What is Prosperity Party doing? Ruling party led by Ethiopian PM. What are its preparations for the next election? How does it want to make the next election credible, acceptable? And why is that opposition is not united? Well, on Wednesday, 11 political parties formed a coalition. They agreed to contest next election jointly. The 11 political party, interestingly, Ethiopian state media covered it. Ethiopian news agency, others, they covered the press release of these 11 political parties. Which 11 political parties have agreed to participate in the next election? By the way, these 11 parties did not say a word about the way election is being held in Ethiopia. Firstly, a look at the name of the parties, and is it a political move by PP to prop up an opposition to make the next election acceptable internally and externally? Ago for Justice and Democracy Party, first party, which has joined this 11 party alliance. Ago National Shingo, Tigray Democratic Party, Mochra Democratic Party, Donga People's Democratic Party, Argoba Nationalist Democratic Movement, Afar Liberation Front Party, Ngamo Democratic Party, Kafa People's Democratic Party, Gambala People's Democratic Movement, and a few others. 11 parties. They have joined hands and they have agreed to contest next election jointly. None of these parties is large party. None of these parties is significant politically at regional level, at even zonal level, at national level. But state media is showing as if several political parties have agreed to contest the next election and they have their trust in the National Election Board of Ethiopia. These 11 parties in their statement should have called for free, fair, transparent election. They should have called for overhaul of National Election Board of Ethiopia. They should have called for level playing field for all political parties. They did not say a word. Rather, they have agreed to contest the next election. Few days ago, we heard from Oromo Federalist Congress, OFC, also agreed in a statement to contest the next election, saying it boycotted last election, and if it boycotts 2 elections in a row, it could lose its status as a party. So, OFC also agreeing to contest the next election. What will OLF do? We don't know. What will ONLF do? We don't know. ONLF is split into 2. One group backed by PP is going to contest next election. The other, led by Abdurrahman Made, is going to boycott the next election. So it means that the Ethiopian ruling party has created an opposition from nowhere. These 11 parties are of no significance. 11 parties from different regions, Oromo Federalist Congress, they have agreed to contest election. From Tigray, Simrat, the Democratic Solidarity Party will soon announce to contest election. From Amhara, Nama will contest election too. There are other parties from other regions too which will contest next election. So the opposition, which should have joined hands, sorry, and made joint demands and made and laid out preconditions to make the next election transparent, is totally divided. Opposition parties totally divided. Oromo Federalist Congress has been working in coordination with Oromo Liberation Front for years. But when it came to the decision of participation in election, OFC issued a separate statement. It did not take OLF on board. It means that Ethiopian political opposition is in a state of disarray. Prosperity Party has managed to divide opposition parties. No opposition joint political front could be formed. Politicians who have the capacity, the capability to form such a front are based abroad. People like Lidito Ayaleo, people like Joar, if they return to Ethiopia, they have the capability to talk to all political parties and maybe form a joint front. Lidito has been leading opposition against Meles Zenawi. They're not being allowed to return to the country, and if they return to the country, they could be arrested. Jawar served he remained in prison for some time, over a year. They tried to return to Ethiopia, but Ethiopian land did not allow him to board a flight for Ethiopia from the US. This is how the Ethiopian government of Prime Minister Abiy is preparing for the next election. It is creating a friendly opposition. This friendly opposition will contest as opposition, but this opposition won't win any significant number of seats. Now, after the election, most of these parties will join the government. This is what happened last time too, when Nama ran as opposition party, Ranaga's Azim ran as opposition party. They did not win lots of seats. After the election, they joined the government. Same situation, I think, is unfolding now. Who is to blame? LPP is doing what it's known for doing. It creates divisions. If anyone is to blame, it's opposition. Opposition politicians in this business it's a business, in this business for decades, unable to create joint opposition political front. And by the way, Johar Lizizo Yaleo, Gedu Under Gacho, Abdurrahman Made, others, if they think they can bring about a change while being abroad, it won't happen. If they're not ready to risk their lives, if they're not ready to take risks, they won't be able to bring about any change. Abiy's PP will hold a controlled election and PP will gain majority. International community will reject the election results, but international community won't call for removal of the government. Last time too, international community did not recognize the election. Election results were not recognized by the international community last night. International observers were not sent by European countries and the US to Ethiopia. Still, election results were later accepted. So it will happen again. Let's see what opposition parties do. So far, a friendly opposition is being created by Prosperity Party to make the next election credible for the international community. Thank you for watching.